Hey guys, this is Rudy G. Funk. How you guys doing? Today I wanted to talk about that Austin Corbette. I watched a lot of stuff on him or what I could on YouTube. There's some good verses with him on YouTube if you guys are interested in watching it. I mean, for a lineman, it was actually a pretty fun watch. Actually, he's pretty aggressive. Actually, if you're my age, you probably remember the Warner Brothers with the Sheepdog and the Coyote, where the Sheepdog's got to watch all the sheep and the Coyote's trying to kill all the sheep, and they punch in at the beginning of the day and kick each other's asses, and then they punch out and say, later Tom, bye Ralph, or whatever. This kind of reminds me, he's kind of like the Sheepdog, which is hilarious because you watch him and he's sitting there mauling some guys and like pinning them to the ground. That whistle blows and he's like helping them up and see you tomorrow, Bob. He's kind of doing that thing with them, which is makes it a pretty fun watch for a lineman. I know linemen aren't sexy or anything like that, but still, if you get a chance and you're just having a beer, watching some YouTube, pull up some of his verses. He's number 73. The one thing I didn't like with the stuff that's on YouTube is they don't have that Madden circle, so you really got to watch his number. Because some of the times I was watching him, I was like, well, he wasn't really that great on that play. And here they had moved him inside to the left guard. So him and this other guy were kind of switching back and forth like intra-series, So you got to really kind of watch for his number because he's very good. He was very impressive to watch, kind of his college stuff. He got better every year. If you look, on paper, up until his senior year, he kept getting better and better. And it says here his senior year there was no sacks, in conference play. So that's pretty impressive. But what I thought, I heard Joe Thomas say something about how impressed he was with his footwork. And, I just kind of pulled him up on Google. And I did kind of find this, and I don't know, you might find this interesting because I do. Pardon the bifocals, but in high school, graduate of Reed High School in Sparks, Nevada, member of two regional champ teams, 2012, 2013, first team all-region and all-state in 2012. This is what interests me, though. Also lettered in wrestling, basketball, track and field. First team all-state in shot put 2013. And last but not least, member of the National Honor Society. So he's not like some idiot, he's a smart kid, which, we want smart players. We certainly want smart linemen. But reflecting on what Joe said with his footwork, just kind of going back to what he was able to do in high school, lettered in wrestling, basketball, and track and field. And, any of you guys or kids that play sports, a lot of these overlap each other or they're done at the same time. So he's really mixing it up here with the three of those, But I think that might explain how good he is with his footwork. You certainly go through a lot of different adversities with the different fields, the basketball, the track and field, the wrestling, wrestling, you want that muscle to weight efficiency, and in basketball you want to be a little bit more limber, you want to get your footwork, kind of like Z. Remember, everybody used to cut on Z because he was lurpy and stuff like that, but you watch the dude's footwork and he's got really good footwork, But and on track and field, he first team all state for the shot put, because that's all power. You're power lifting and doing stuff like that. So between the three of these, as a kid, he was dealing with a lot of adversity, which is probably the stepping stones for where he is now and being a smart, a National Honor Society. It's not just you get good grades. There's stuff you got to do if you're a member. You got ceremonies and all kinds of stuff you do in school. So this kid was pretty active the whole time he was in high school. In a smart way. You know, his mom and dad must be very proud. You know, he looks like a good kid, and you know, if you listen to him, he really appreciates being here. You know, so that's really cool. But if you watch his stuff, he does look really good. He looks like the best kid on the team. You know, as you're watching, it's not noticeable when you're just watching. You're watching the running back, you're watching the quarterback. You know, when you're watching it that way. But if you watch him doing his job, he's the best one there. He's doing his job better than anybody else, and it's obvious if you watch him. So I really like this pick. I think it was what 32 or something like that. I don't mind getting Austin Corbett at 32. That's good stuff. You know, I guess it's arguable. You know, between Chubbs and him, why would you wait to get Chubbs if you feel the way I do about Chubbs? However, you know, we got both of them. It's already happened. You know, who fucking cares? You know, this kid's gonna be good. I like him. I can't wait to. I'm gonna be excited actually watching the line. And you know, I'm gonna make a stab here. I wonder if him and Batonio might be doing something about like with what Nevada did. Now, it wasn't particularly. I mean, from what I saw, it wasn't particularly effective. Other than Austin was taking his dude out, you know, for the most part. A lot of times they would do this and they wouldn't even run his way. You know, they'd run right or something like that. So I don't know if it was some kind of what do you call it, a decoy or something like that. Which I don't know. It just doesn't sound right because they should have been running over this kid all day. You know, and I don't want to cut on Nevada or anything like that. But you know, he was the most disciplined and best person I saw on the team. Even the running back, who you know, you might even say was impressive. You know, it just looked. He looked quick for a big guy. He looked strong for a big guy. He would pin his guy to the ground. He wouldn't let him up in, you know, in a second. You know, once he saw somebody like fall behind him, he immediately kind of like I guess wrestled him to the ground. There's this one hilarious play where this speedy guy, he's playing left tackle. This speedy guy kind of gets around him. And he kind of does this shove like this, you know, and knocks the kid, you know, off a cliff. He goes and explodes. You know, it's hilarious, but it's worth a watch. You know, checking out this Austin Corbett, and I'm glad he's on the Browns, man. You know, looks like a good, smart kid, big and strong. You know, me until that whistle blows. These are the kind of guys we want, man. You know, good kid. And that's it. You know, I'm Rudy G Funk. Peace out. If you guys find out anything else on Corbett that you know I might have missed, like what kind of numbers he had at basketball, or what kind of wrestler he was, you know, hey, feel free to comment or anything like that. You know, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. You know, hey, appreciate you guys watching. Rudy G Funk. God bless.